set it on the table?
No, but I don't talk to her. She'd have that on the radio.
That's a good thing.
October 24th, Whatcom County Planning Commission. Mark Personius, Gary Davis, Jerry Vekfed, Gary Hankoop, Mary Beth Tygrove, Michelle Luke, Dave Onkles, Ben Ellen Boss, and Jeff Rainey.
I took a glance at it, and there's some extra copies in the street.
Sometimes.
No, I still don't know what
This the other is for. Oh.
Foundation done twice. Got into a castle.
Yeah, let's do that first.
The Whatcom County Planning Commission meeting for October 24th, 2013 will come to order. Will Commissioner Vekfed start the roll call?
Jerry Vekfed.
Gary Hankoop.
Mary Beth Tygrove.
Michelle Luke.
Dave Uncle.
Ben Ellen Boss.
Jeff Rainey.
Will you join us in the flag salute? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Mr. Personius, do we have a department update?
We do, Madam Chair. Just real briefly, I want to tell you about the Title 20 Code Scrub was approved by the County Council this week, Tuesday night. So thank you for your effort on that. And just briefly, your next two meetings, November 14th. You have one meeting in November, that's the 14th of November, and one meeting in December, December 12th. Both of those will be down at the county courthouse, not here, they'll be at the courthouse. Council chambers, and those will both cover UGA population allocations and employment allocations. So you'll be considering proposals both for the county UGAs and from the individual cities on their preferred population growth allocations for the next 20 years. So hearings will be continued for both of those meetings. So. And that is about all I've got for staff report. Any questions you guys have?
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to open session. The open session for public comment provides an opportunity for any member of the public to speak to the Planning Commission for 5 minutes on any topic except, and that would be the topic that we have a public hearing on tonight. So does anybody have anything they wish to talk about other than the rural element? Would you state your name?
I don't know if it does or not, but a week ago Friday I went down to Olympia and attended the Wasatch meeting, which is the representatives from each council from all the counties. And the meeting was titled Exempt Wells. And it was a very interesting meeting. Our representative Pete Kremen attended by phone. But of those that were there and those on the phone, all of them were scolding the ecology department for the regulations. They said they can't keep up what they got. They need to go on a moratorium. They can't do what they want with their water. There's no control. They can't catch up with it. They can't let industry in. One fellow in Kittitas County has 2 basins that are closed and one that's open with tons of water, but he can't use it. He's got people wanting to come in and drill for shale and do stuff, but he can't even bring industry in. So all of them are. Kremen said, what was his words? Oh, I forgot. He said we're being under siege from regulation on water control. So it was a really interesting meeting, and there was one gentleman there who was actually a lobbyist for groundwater and passed out some literature on how the well is the best use of the water, you know, the private well, because it recycles every bit of water, whereas most of and everything takes the water out of the ground, pumps it in the bay, and doesn't bring it back to the surface. So we've got to take care of the rural part. I don't know if it's in your meeting or not, because we're the ones that are taking care of the water. And those that are screaming that they don't have any water are the ones that are not taking care of their water. The amount of water that goes out of the...
Now you're kind of going away from the meeting.
Okay, all right. But I'm just saying, yeah.
Okay.
I'll let it go. But I'm just saying is the people are upset, the counties are upset, they're under siege.
Does anyone else want to speak during open session? Okay, we'll close that and move on to commissioner comments. Any commissioners have anything they want to share? Commissioner Rainey.
It was an absolutely beautiful day in the South Fork of the Nutsack River today. Couldn't believe it. Colors are fluorescent up there. But also the river is full of fish and dead fish. The riverbanks stink of dead fish. And I got a story third hand the other day that a tender coming down from Alaska was loaded and turned around and went back to Alaska with fish. Now, I got that third or fourth hand, but the fish run, I imagine that's a hatchery run that's coming back. Who knows? Habitat hasn't changed that much up there. I've lived in the South Fork. I moved in with my dad in 1955. I don't see much difference in habitat from when I was a kid. I think it's fish management that's bringing fish back. That's all I got.
Anyone else? Commissioner Uncles.
I got the tender story secondhand, so I'm at least 1 degree closer. Trident, and they shipped fish from Bellingham to Kodiak for processing to catch cans.
Wow.
Good.
Cool.
Anyone else? Okay, we have minutes to approve. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of September 12th?
Yep.
Anybody?
All right, I'll move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor of approval of the minutes of September 12th, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Commissioner Tygrove.
Before a presentation or a public hearing is held, I move that we, and that's part of my motion, that we table and refer this issue back to staff on the proposed changes to file number PLN 2012-00012 until such time as the appeal is adjudicated. The commission has had legal advice as to how to deal with this, and also that the level of public participation is at a more correct level of public participation, because I feel that this is ridiculous. This needs to be much higher level of participation than what it is.
Second.
May I speak to my motion?
Yes.
You may.
I am going to admit I have had my head sort of like in a hole, because I've been involved with family life and death medical issues for the last several weeks, and I've been in and out of the hospital I don't know how many times, and I know my way around St. Joe's, which is not something I ever thought I would know, but I do now. So when I came to prepare for this meeting tonight, when I started my preparations, I could not believe what I was seeing on the agenda. I could not believe that we were actually going to try and have a hearing for something that is under legal appeal. This is under appeal. How can you have a hearing on something without undermining the county's legal case? Number two, unless I missed something, we've had no access to legal counsel. There's been no legal counsel. I don't know what's okay and what's not okay. I would like to have legal advice. And I also think that this issue is far more important. It's extremely important. I don't know about you, but I'm on a well. I know people who have land and expect to be able to drill a well sometime. And from what I can see, this is going to put the end to that. So this is going to be a very, very controversial issue. And it needs to be addressed at that level of public participation, which is the highest level that we have to do. I'm a little bit ticked off and I apologize.
Commissioner Hanku.
We received very little public input, but the at least or comments that came via letters. But three of them, one from Belcher Swanson, one from BIAW, and one from Skip Richards. Basically, all three of them say the same thing in some point in their public comment, and that is that the commission should not entertain these proposals unless and until the county obtains a green light in writing from the defense team. That's one. Another is that in response, the Whatcom County Council appealed the order. Despite staff statement, otherwise it's very possible that adopting this PLN 2012-0012 prior to a resolution of the appeal will adversely affect the appeal, or even worse, effectively moot the appeal. For this reason alone, should be tabled. And the other one talks about if the county is pursuing a vigorous appeal of the water issue, then why are we considering changes to undermine their position? Is kind of what it says. All these are on the record for review. I feel strongly the same. This from that perspective is one, but I also feel strongly based on working my way through what's being proposed, and also going and reading the RCW, going back to the FDO, that this is a very significant, serious issue that could have unparalleled consequences for Whatcom County. And that is a significant concern. We can't underestimate that, and we absolutely need legal counsel to get some conversations with before I'm willing to go any further.
Commissioner Uncles.
I should mention that that the text of the comment that Commissioner Hankook just read was in a comment from Belcher Swanson over the signature of Jack Swanson, who is the land use attorney that I most respect in Whatcom County. So I think his advice is properly taken.
Anyone else? Well, my comments go to the public participation part and the unknown consequences, unintended consequences, where this goes. And it is a bit confusing about where we are with this. Does anybody, Commissioner?
Additionally, I might have expected a comment from Van Gordon Durr supporting this action by the commission to be included in the packet, and I didn't see one.
Anyone else?
Let's call the question.
Will you repeat the motion, please?
Before a presentation or public hearing is held, table and refer back to staff the proposed changes to file number PLN 2012-00012 until such time as the appeal is adjudicated. We have legal advice of counsel, and the level of public participation is raised to a level of the highest level.
Okay, that motion was seconded. All in favor?
Commissioner Luke, a roll call isn't required in this instance, but I'd like to take one so it's on the record.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
Ellen Voss,
Yes.
Von Coop,
Yes.
Luke,
Yes.
Uncles,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Tygrove,
Yes.
Beckfed.
Yes.
Any other comments? Is there any other business? Okay. Mr. Personius.
So I'm just, where are we on the agenda?
Other business.
Other business.
Are we not going to have a public hearing tonight?
No.
We're
No,
not.
we're not.
Okay, are we going to have a discussion?
No.
No.
We had that.
Would you like staff to present,
No.
No.
discuss
No.
this?
No.
Okay.
Is there any other business? Okay, the meeting's adjourned.
Thank you all for coming.
I'm sorry that
It'll get there.